in the pancreas and then it started to spread through the system. Do you understand it? But that's where they first found it. And then it went into the prostate area and then started to go into the chest. Do you understand? Wonderful. That's very specific. Surprised you said that. But he's saying to me it actually started in the pancreas. Because that's actually the first diagnosis that he had. And then it started to spread elsewhere. Do you understand? How are you attached to him?
My brother, her uncle, and her uncle.
Okay, perfect, because I feel like I want to hug you. Wonderful. So it's him trying to make me feel the closeness for everybody. He's a character. Okay, this is how I'm going to explain his personality, because this is what he's making me feel. He's very loving, but he's very set in his ways. I feel like I'm on the highway and I have that one-tracked mind. Do you understand it? Okay, as long as you understand it. Because that's what he's standing right here and that's what I'm getting from his personality. He just said to me he has all his hair back.
What?
Do you understand it? He just said to me, yeah, well, there's just a little bit, but he just said to me, tell her I have all my hair back. And I'm like, why are you making me whisper? They can hear me. I have the microphone. But he made me feel like it was a secret. Do you understand it? Good. Because he's saying to me at one point he had to kind of do the comb over. He said I had to do the best to hide my baldness. But he's showing me in his younger form, and I can see the full head of hair. Wonderful. He's saying to me that he was really, really sick in the end, and he had a hard time. He's saying to me, you guys were very close.
Yes.
And that his passing was very hard on you. But he's the one that was on your mind because it's been so recent. Do you understand it? Good. Okay, so let me see what he said. You have a dad that's passed?
Yes.
He just said, Dad's here with me.
Wonderful.
Okay, because he just said Dad's here with me. So I might be going back and forth between the two of them. Who recognizes the name Harold? I keep getting Harold, Harold. Who's Harold?
My best friend.
Okay, because they're bringing him in too. Did you say he was your boss?
My boss, my mentor, I'm the friend.
He wants to talk to you. So not only do I have the brother energy with pancreatic cancer, he's saying to me there's a father energy there for you just behind him. I'm being told the brother is the main person that I'm going to talk to, and then I'm going to talk to Harold. Even though there is this father energy and other older generations just behind, Harold's making me feel like I need to be right by you. So let me see what all your brother has to say, and then we'll move to him. But he's saying his name very clear to me, Harold. Wonderful. And people call him Harold. Because he said that's what everyone called me. That was my proper name, but that's what everyone called me was Harold. And I'm being told he hasn't been gone very long. That's right. That's right. If it's longevity, it will be over 20 years. If it's in that wild category, it's under. And then, like I said, around that 2-year mark is usually recent. He's just saying to me he hasn't been gone very long. Remember, time is different on the other side as well. So it's probably not only his perception, but yours, and that's why he's using that sentence. But he said Harold to me. I'm asking him to talk to me about the pancreatic cancer. And who's George?
My husband, and I have a brother named George.
Perfect, because I keep hearing George, George. Remember how I said there's a whole line for you guys. Not that I'm going to be able to talk to everybody, but there's a whole line and they're starting to introduce themselves to me. Okay? Wonderful. And somebody went of a heart attack. Of a heart attack. Here, and then I was gone. That's what I keep getting. Perfect. What happens when I have, my guy just said to me there's 23 people lined up for you guys. Okay? So what happens when I have a long line like this and there's like 23 people, I might only have a chance to connect with maybe 2 of them. So I just take my time with it, because a lot of times it can be that bleed through where I'm back and forth between a bunch of people. But you understand the George, you understand the Harold, you understand the fast heart attack, And then the brother energy's talking to me about the pancreatic cancer, and some of the specifics he was making me feel about the cancer was very specific. So I don't control actually who steps in or how strong or weak they are. I just go with what they're giving me in the moment. Okay? Wonderful. I see all these white doves spreading all back the line, meaning it's their way of validating that everyone's at peace and they're together. Okay? So I don't know who else is going to step in besides these two gentlemen, but they're who I'm going to start with. Okay? Because they're saying to me, I don't have very much longer before they close me down, and they still want to take me up here real quick if they can, and back over to that side. Okay. What in the world is going on? Alright, somebody's playing music for me. Who's the one that listened to the really old country? I'm talking really old country. Like really old country. I keep getting Conway, Twitty. Okay, perfect. She's playing music, huh? Okay, I hear the music. I can hear them playing music in the line. And somebody's making me feel like I want to dance. Yeah, they're putting it on an old record player. Who had the old 45 they'd play it on? Do you understand that? Perfect, because that's what she's showing me, and I could hear the old country music, so I'm just going to leave it for a minute. She's saying to me, the heart attack happened so quickly, she didn't have a chance to say goodbye to anybody in the family. She's moving in just behind them, okay? That's the heart attack I was feeling. And who's Mildred? Who recognizes Mildred? Okay. Alright, perfect. So I'm going to wait for that for a minute. Because I have other people shifting in and somebody saying Mildred, but people called her Millie. There you go. Alright, so she's stepping. Remember, I have this whole line here for them, and then I have all these people starting to step in. That's what's happening. My guide said we have at least a half hour to 45 minutes, so I'm going to try to get through as many people as I can, because he always gives me how much time we have left. But I try to. Alright, they make me feel like there's just a couple more things I'm going to get from the brother, and then I'm going to go straight to Harold. Okay? Were you thinking of him? Because this is what I'm being told. You think of him, but you didn't expect him today. Yeah, because that's what he's saying to me. She thinks of me often, but she did not expect me. Wonderful. Good. And Harold is a very different name. That is not a normal name by any means. Bye, ladies. You're welcome. They already said they were leaving early, so I knew. They have to be somewhere by 6. All right, take it. What's with the month of June? I keep getting talk about June, talk about June, talk about June. I feel like it goes to you. I'm going to leave it because they're saying to me it's going to hit you in a couple minutes. So I'm just going to leave it because I keep getting talk about June. So I'm going to leave it for a minute. He's saying to me, I really struggled with the cancer. It started in the pancreatic. Then it started to spread through my system. He's saying to me it was in advanced stages, and it took him very quickly. He said I was only here for months. Do you understand it? When they make me feel a year or less, I will ask. And he said I was only here for months, and then I was gone. Because I'm being told by the time he found out about the pancreatic cancer, it was way too late. Do you understand it? Good. Who's the father energy that was in the service? Because I have a man standing just behind him saluting me, showing me his army uniform. Perfect. Do you understand it? Wonderful. So I'm just going to leave him for a minute. Because they'll always salute me, and then sometimes they might talk about the branch of service. I'm being told there's several members of the family. It's like I'm looking back the row, and everyone's kind of just standing right beside each other. And I can see him saluting me. And he keeps doing this, so I know that he was in it for years, and there's medals. And I'm also being told it was around wartime. Do you understand? Because if I have somebody come through that's in service, they could be very young, they could be old when they passed, might not even have to do with the service. They always make me feel, did they serve around the war or not? What branch they're in, so on and so forth. So you understand all that. Wonderful. Okay. as his way of validating that he served the country. Makes me feel very proud of it. He was very proud of that. Wonderful. And what's with the memorial burial? The military. Perfect, because I can hear the taps going off, and that's how I know that not only did they serve the country, but there was a military burial. Because just because somebody serves the country doesn't mean that they actually had the military burial. Do you understand? Wonderful, wonderful, good. So, okay, good. So everyone's kind of back and forth introducing themselves. I'm going to finish with the brother so I can move to Harold, and anyone else that wants to step in real quick.